The PPC, who ruled the country for 23 years and was booted out of power by the APNU-AFC coalition, hosted a public forum about the state of City Hall. The forum was chaired by PPC MP Hamilton. The PPC supporters included opposition leader Barry Jagdeo and PPC ministers, among others. The presentation began with PPC City Councillor Bishram Kupin, who lashed out at the management of City Hall over the parking meter contract, which he stated is a deal gone wrong.
It is my strong opinion that this metered parking concession agreement is bad for the people of Georgetown, and it must be scrapped. Firstly, it was not open to public tender. The genesis of this was that this thing should have gone to tender and they should have had companies bidding for it, but that did not occur. Secondly, residents and businesses were not consulted since they are the ones that would be highly impacted by this. Thirdly, no concession or consideration is given to residents who do not have parking spaces within the properties where they live.
Kupin also stated that requests were made time after time to see the contract, but these requests remain unmet. This newscast did hear the town clerk saying at a recent statutory council meeting that the contract was a private document and that councillors were allowed to view the contract at his office, but that it could not be copied or taken away. Following Councillor Kupin was PPC Member of Parliament Gillian Burton, who focused on the vendors' situation from a labour perspective. She said the parking meter will be a burden on vendors and workers.
The garages, the city parking and that kind of thing, the garage situation, but you still have to pay. So again, it's coming down to the workers, it's coming down to the vendors. What will happen to the persons who have taxis and all of that? Will there be a particular place for them to do their trade? They're workers in an unorganized sector, in the informal sector. Consequences. It means that persons will be forced to either leave their vehicles at home and only use it at weekend.
Fact is that at a specially held council meeting made last month, councillors were given a copy of parts of the contract and these were up for discussion and amendments. That matter was never mentioned at the meeting yesterday. However, next was former de facto town clerk Carl Sewer, who was tasked to look at the city bylaws and the function of municipal officers. But even though Carl Sewer appeared to be speaking with a much softer tone than usual, many in the audience and those listening on Gordon Mosley Live on Facebook got lost during her presentation. She was speaking about some of the functions of the town clerk. Listen.
This schedule is also saying that the town clerk, if legally qualified or not qualified legally, ought to advise the council on all matters. It is saying simply that the town clerk should be someone, at least with some legal knowledge, to enable him to perform his duties.
Former local government minister Ganga Posadu resigned from office in 2014 because of personal reasons, said that City Hall is being run by a set of parasitic people.
So what we had a council in itself that was managed by one political entity, and that council sought to cast blame and aspirations on other entities for failing the citizens of this city and failing the citizens of this country.
City Hall and vendors hosted many meetings and agreed that vendors will keep their surrounding clean, not impede on walkways and business entrances, block drains or sell expired goods to customers, etc. In our next report, we will tell you what the listeners, those who attended the public forum, believe, as well as the role the PPC played in the development of the city during the 23 years in office. Andrew Weeks reporting for Safe TV2 Headline News.